Good evening, everyone. It's good to be with you. I'm coming to you from a little chilly Johannesburg today, and welcoming you all from wherever you're at. Maybe you want to drop it in the group as to where you are tonight. I have an amazing guest with us. I've had the privilege to be on a call with the lady and learned so much. In fact, just on the 2.0 system, just an amazing call that I was privileged to be part of. And our guest tonight is a retired speech pathologist. I had to get my head around that. Retired after 40 years, during which time she used cannabis to help her husband, who was fighting cancer. The results were so good that she decided to begin educating people about the benefits of cannabis. She then later found HempWorks in 2018. And that's more or less when they were coming out with cannabis, if I have it right. And started a new career in education and another stream of income. The lady's coming to us out of the United States of America. Her name is Michelle Powers. I hope we're going to have another power presentation tonight. I'm excited about it and look forward to what you have to say. Welcome, Michelle.
Thanks so much, Warwick. It's so great to be here with you. Can everybody hear me okay? Everything okay? All right, great. Yeah. Well, as Warwick said, I'm a retired speech pathologist, so I have a degree in talking. So I do like to talk, and I'm also an educator, so I do like to help people. And tonight, Warwick asked me to talk to you a little bit from a layman's point of view as far as what our new FFX gas treatment is for. Drop a 1 in the comments if you've already tried it or if it comes to where you are right now. So I want to know who knows anything about it. But I'm also with the Fun International group. We kind of merged some of our teams together. And I can kind of say that I'm a little bit of a social media comfort level. I have a good comfort level with that. And I try to help other people understand what that is also. We have our 30-minute power push on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, which for 30 minutes, I give you some ideas of what to do, which we call your DMO, which is your daily method of operation, what you should be doing every day to get eyes on your news feed on Facebook, social media, and also show you how to do IPAs. IPAs meaning income producing activities. Because sometimes you can get caught in the scroll of Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and then you don't really do anything that's making people have eyes on what you're trying to show people. So I'm also here. If you have any questions, please put those in the chat, and I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have on social media. I know that we're here for about an hour. And so I'm going to go through some slides that I show people. I'm going to show you some other posts that you can do on social media that will give curiosity and it will raise awareness for what you want. Because the whole idea of having social media is to have eyes on your news feed and your post so that you can make a list of who those people are. Those people, because they have said, yes, I want to be on looking at your posts. That has kind of given you some permission to get a hold of them during direct messaging, to go into a private message and have a conversation with them. So some of your daily methods of operation is to try to friend at least 5 new people every day. Okay, the more people you get looking at your news feed, the more people are going to reach out and ask you questions about what you do. Okay, so also in the comments, if you could drop a 1 if you've been in the company for at least a year or more, and if not, if you've just started, put a 2. All righty, because I'd like to know where you are as far as your comfort level with. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you now, and you cannot laugh at my desktop because I have a bunch of stuff on here. But as you can see, I have slides for everything, what to post, launching a business. I'm also a widow. So as Warwick mentioned, it was great for me to kind of get into HempWorks because as a retired teacher and a widow, losing my husband to cancer, I lost a whole stream of income, his career. So it was great for me to be able to build up and have understand, and I teach people how to have an additional form of stream of income. Okay, so here's some information that I send to people when they say, "Hey, what are you talking about? What is FFX?" So what I do is I start out with this slide. I'm hoping that it see it. Can everybody see that? Thumbs up. Okay, I don't see anybody's faces, so I'm hoping that you can see that. But this might be a post that I put up. Okay, good. Thank you. Thumbs up. Beautiful. When I like the lighter, I mean, they did come out with these being in a darker black background, but I like the gold. It jumps out to me more. So I like that. So if somebody says, what is FFX? This might be the first educational graphic I will send them in private message. It shows you what it is. It tells right there, saves money on gas, drive further, protect the planet, and one of the most advanced fuel treatments. It reduces emissions. So I did a big thing during Earth Day in April saying, let's save the planet, let's reduce emission, try my new product, FFX, in your car. It enhances your performance. I have an older Saab Turbo, which right then and there, I have to put premium gas in it. And now I can put regular in. So right away, that 40 to 50 cent savings per gallon for me, have a car that has to use premium, you can now use regular gasoline with that. So that's been huge for me. Plus it's an older car, so it enhances performance and it prolongs my engine life. So it helps to lubricate my engine more, which is what older vehicles need. And it also improves my fuel economy. I don't drive as much as I used to when I was teaching. I used to go to 4 and 5 schools a day. So this would have been perfect back in the day for me to do that. But I do drive to visit friends down here in Florida. And sometimes it's an hour, 2-hour drive. So I did do one the other day with using FFX. And I was getting about 20 miles to the gallon. And I filled up with FFX. And on the way home, I got 24 miles to the gallon. And I also was able to drive about 50 miles more on that same tank of gas. That was only my first treatment. And of course, you know, you have to double dose your first 2 to 3 treatments. So right then and there, that I was very excited to see that. All righty. So that might be the first thing that I send someone. And then what I'm going to do is send them this. When I'm in Messenger, this is where I'm building a relationship with them. I'm just not sending them my link and saying, hey, buy from me. I'm giving them education because I believe that knowledge is power. So here's another similar one to what I just showed you, only instead of having lettering, it has these bubbles. So you can choose which one, and feel free to screenshot any of these too if you want. Okay. And then when I'm explaining to them what FFX is, I'm telling them that it's treatment, not a fuel additive. So what makes our product different? The concentration of the product and other ingredients. If you see right here, what we are giving them in the FFX, if they went and bought all of those additives that are in there or all of the treatment materials that are in there, they would have to purchase all of these products to get one thing. Does that make sense to people? Understanding what that means? Because if they wanted to get what they're getting right now, they would have to buy all of these other bottles. Okay, so then I would show them that. I then would probably give them this fact sheet. Okay, because these are frequently asked questions that they have. And I may send this to them and they may say, read over these and see if I can help you answer any other questions you may have. And one question is will this affect the warranty of my car? And it does not. FFX does not change the specs of the fuel. And we also have this little flyer, the ASTM D975. That's one of the product PDFs that are in your back office. So you have that to show them too. Are there any special instructions? You should double dose your first 2 to 3 tanks and then use 1 dose per tank, fill up after that. For generators, we recommend 3 to 5 double dosing. Follow the dosage guidelines on your FFX package, okay? And then it just explains what it does with the emissions. It tells what the treatment ratio is. It helps with lubrication. It talks about that. So I would give them this also so that they have some working knowledge and questions. Lots of times what I'm getting is gals, and I'm not saying that we're not motorheads. I'm sure there are some women who do know a lot about cars, but I'm not. And so to me, I might share this information with my son or my if I was, my husband was still alive, I would ask his opinion. You're going to have some people who are going to have these questions. So I like to give people, before they start the questioning, I like to give them questions that have the answers to it. Okay. And then what I would possibly give them is I would ask them this. What other, because they're going to ask me, what else can I use FFX with? You can use them with cars, motorcycles, boats, ATVs, trucks, generators, heavy equipment. We have Chris Robinson, which I know you've heard him speak, an excellent leader in our company, and he's used it with his heavy equipment for 15 years. RVs, if you have a drivable RV, it's going to help with that. Or if you were pulling an RV with a truck, I have my brothers and sisters who all have RVs. And when I go up north to New York this summer, I'm going to have them all start using it and I want testimonials from them. Okay. So I would send them this. I would ask them what other, it goes with any combustible engine. I'd ask what other things do they have that has a combustible engine? We have a power sprayer, which we're going to use it in also. That's a combustible engine. Okay. And then I probably would send them this organometallic compound. Of course, that's a tongue twister, but I can't always say that. So I would give them what else is in our FFX, and they call it a superfood for your engine. Okay. So that being said, people know that I am a CBD kind of person. So I would have probably put this post up, and let me show you some curiosity posts that I put up that have gotten me leads. And this is a good one that I love to put up. I feed my mind and my body with CBD. Now feed your ride. Okay. So this is a great curiosity post that you can make, and feel free to take a screenshot of that and crop it. Or if anybody wants to reach out to me in private message, I'd be glad to send you any of these curiosity posts. Okay. So now that I've given you a little bit of information about FFX, I'm going to show you some curiosity posts that I've put up that I've gotten leads from, names of people who are interested in the product. Okay. So I would do something like this. This is what we call a curiosity post. I wonder who drives the most miles every day. How many miles do you drive in a day? And then people will start answering because you asked them a question. People are very polite on social media. Most people are. And they'll answer a question that you give to them. So then you're going to get a list of people who drive 2 to 5 miles every day, 2 to 10 miles every day, 50 miles a week. Those are the people you're going to want to reach out to say, hey, how has gas affected you? And is the high price of gas something that's making you be concerned on what you do in a week now? Do you go out and shop every day, or do you only shop once a week because you want to make sure you're out there and you're making all of your stops in one time out with your car. This is a good one that I'm going to do right now because Memorial Day is over with. I did one on who's doing for, we have Memorial Day over here in America, but road tripping, go the extra mile, use FFX in your vehicle. I'm going to do a road tripping kind of curiosity post because I want to know who went someplace over this long weekend and drove. I want to know how they felt about how much it cost them to fill up their cars. I also want to know how far they traveled. And I also am going to kind of make it say, well, now you've traveled in your car for the first time since these high gas prices. How's it making you feel? Are you ready to try something that will prolong your engine life, save money at the pump, give you more miles per the gallon, and has a 60-day money back guarantee? That's huge, guys. You know, Josh and Jenna are so generous and they believe so much in these products and you know, share them with us. There aren't many companies out there that have a 60-day empty bottle money back guarantee. That speaks volumes about the quality of the products that we have. Okay, so this is another good curiosity post that I'm going to do this week. Let's see. These are just some cute ones I've put up. Mommy Express, how far do you drive every week for work, errands, and kids? You know, I want to touch on some of the moms. Some of the guys may be more skeptical, so really I'm going to start convincing the gals to be talking to their husbands and their significant others. Here's that I've done. And all while I'm doing this, I am taking down people's names who like, love, wow my posts and who leave comments. Okay. Please insert your credit card. Please wait. Please enter the make and model of your car, followed by your annual salary. Please wait. Your loan has been approved. You may fill up. I'm going to get a lot of giggles with that one. I'm going to get people that say, oh, I feel your pain and all of that kind of stuff. So you want to kind of have something like this that jumps out at them. This would be another curiosity or what we would call an engagement post. Okay. Let me see what other ones I've got on here. Here's a good one that I put out, and I got quite a few that gave me a good list of names to talk. I'm looking for referrals. Who knows someone who owns a vehicle, boat, truck, side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, motorcycles, campers, tractors, or any internal combustion engine and uses gas or diesel? Okay, because if somebody said, you know what, this is not for me, that's a no, and many people will get bummed out about that. But what I say when someone says that to me is, well, then if you're not interested in it, or if you don't think it would help you, do you know somebody else who might want to save some money at the gas pump? Okay, I don't take that no, I flip it right around and I make it into a positive. Okay, so referrals is something that I'm going to want to do and get people to possibly give me 2 or 3 names of people that they know that may want to save money at the pump. And then guess what we have? We have a referral program. If they give me two or 3 names, and each of those people that they give me spend $25 or more on products, guess who gets a gift certificate for $10? The person who referred them to me. So it's a kind of a win-win. Someone who may say no to me, that no, I'm not interested in buying the product, I might say, if you give me a referral, you can earn reward gift certificates if the person you give me their name, if they purchase a product. Does that make sense for everybody? You understand what we have? That's brand new with well, we used to have a refer 3, get 1 free. That used to be the link before. But you can make a free account for someone who does not want to purchase anything, and they will have their own link. And it most likely will be a www.mydailychoice.com/their username. And if they share that with people and people click on their link and purchase, they're going to get a $10 gift certificate in their account for every $25 sold with their link. That's, I mean, again, that's a win-win. All righty. All right. So that's a good one that I put out. This is something I wanted to talk to you about. QR codes. Everybody's got their phone on them. Okay. They all take, let me see if I can make that a little bigger for you. They all love to take pictures of things. This little QR code, if you don't know what that is, it really is a price ticket. So what people will do, like this is a girlfriend of mine. She made this out of a magnet and put it on her car. Now this www.saveonfuelprices.com, she had her own URL code or URL website made up from GoDaddy, which is a site you can purchase your own personalized instead of www.mydailychoice.com / like my username is Mick Powers 2. You can have your own UR code or UR I can't think of the word I want for website. You can have your own website for it. But this QR code that you see right here, this would be if you had it on your car, they could just take a snapshot of that QR code with their camera and it would bring them immediately to your website. So, I mean, this could be another whole training. I could show you how to do QR codes, but this makes it easy. People sometimes don't want to talk to other people, but if they took the picture of it, it would bring it right to your site. So this is an idea, and she did this and made a magnet for her car. So now you'd have no idea who's seeing it while you're driving down the road. What else do I have here? This is something else for a testimonial that a lot of the social media trainers say to do. And this is pretty easy to do. Instead of just putting somebody else's testimonial out, I used myself because people know what I look like. And I pointed my finger. I just took a snapshot of what this testimonial was and I put it on with my selfie. And this is another whole program I could teach you at another training how to do that. But this makes it more personalized because people are seeing my face and they're reading how Karen has written a testimonial about how FFX has worked for her. I'm so excited about using FFX. We averaged a 5 to 7 mile per gallon increase right away and have continued to get better fuel mileage. My husband was a little skeptical at first, but quickly changed his mind. We use it in all our vehicles and we love it. Okay. People love testimonials. They want to see how other people are doing using the product. Now, this is one I did in my stories. If you're going to do a curiosity post, stories are huge. And we all know that stories sell, facts just tell things. People want to hear your story. So if you look in your Facebook, you have a banner at the top of it that has stories. And the whole point of having a story is that you're telling a story about something. But if you're going to use a curiosity post in your stories, people will not click on it to understand it unless you give them a poll or a choice. So this is what I did. I used that same, the one I did you saw on my, I'm pointing my fingers and you can't see that. I did on my news feed. I did it in my stories, but for them to click on less than 10 or more than 30 miles. It's that same one. Do you drive more than 10 miles a week for work, errands, and kids? And then I have them click on that. When they click on your story, it immediately goes to your private message. So that's perfect because now you've got a captive audience who have reached out to you in your private message. And then you can start talking and building a relationship with them on your private message. Okay. Let's see. I think that might be all I have. Let me see what this one is. Oh, this is a good one. This is just a raise awareness. Jermaine did his presentation Tuesday nights now. He does a information opportunity training. And he had this as the background, But then he copy and pasted some of these prices, which you can see in California, they're going up. I love this one, Tom Shell. Regular is your arm, plus is your leg, and premium is your firstborn. Just a kind of a funny giggle type of one. But this was in the news the other day. Washington State gas stations run out of fuel, and they're prepping to have their numbers start having double digits, so that it may go up to $10 and $10 a gallon. So this was a good information raising awareness that I'm going to do. I just took a screenshot of that when Jermaine was presenting, and then, you know, I'm going to make out of it. Okay. I think that's all I have, but I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have on social media or on the business or anything. Questions and answers, feel free. Let me just look at the chat and see if there's anything in there. Any questions? No? Okay. What else would you like me to talk about?
I'm just curious, have you come across this question about the difference between a treatment and an additive?
Well, I have, and I go back to Chris. You know, here's what they say. All I know is it works. Here is an information. So then I would give them one of those flyers that has the difference between a treatment and an additive. An additive is adding to it, and a treatment is enhancing it. I think, and Dale, maybe you can help me with it, because I know that you've been using it for 15 years. I don't want to say that I play like a gal who doesn't know much about cars, but sometimes I do. When I get asked a question that I don't know about, I refer to the big wigs like Dale or Chris or Casey Ridley. And I'm never one that gets embarrassed about not knowing an answer, because I believe that knowledge is power. And I'll say, you know what? I've had that question before. Let me get the answer for you, and I'll get right back to you. So Dale, how would you answer that question? The difference between an additive and a treatment?
Well, an additive is just something that you put into your gas, and it may work or it may not. A treatment actually changes the chemical makeup of the product, and by doing so, it changes it from one product, from just gasoline to gasoline that has been enhanced, and works that way. You know, I love what you just said about, you know, guys, you make this too complicated. You know, there are always going to be people that are going to argue with you, and no matter what you say, they're going to have a comeback, whether it's real or not, whether it's correct or not. And so I just caution people to remember that we have a product that works. You don't have to know any more than that. I don't know why it works. All I know is it does work. You can either trust me or not. If you trust me and you use the product, the cost of it is going to be less than the amount that you're going to save on the product. So every time you use it, you're going to save money. If that doesn't interest you, then I know there's a million people out there that do, and I'll just keep moving on. It's kind of like, and that's what you're doing. You're sorting, constantly sorting. And we always use the analogy that if you were in a restaurant and you were working in a restaurant and you were a waiter or a waitress, and the boss said, hey, for every single person that you pour a cup of coffee to, I'll give you $1. Every person who wants a cup of coffee, I'll give you $1. And if you went around the room and started asking people who would like coffee, and the first person says yes, and you give them coffee. The second person says yes, you give them coffee. The third person says yes, you give them coffee. The fourth person says no. You don't spend a lot of time trying to talk that person into it, because there's 50 people in the room that are waiting for you to get coffee you can make $1 on. So you go, okay, and you move on. And that's what we have to remember with this business, is when you get somebody who's just automatically argumentative, or just is trying to impress you in such a way that they want to argue with you about it, just move on. There is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are waiting for you, and they don't even know they need what you got yet, because they don't know about it. So that's my comeback to that.
Yeah, that's a good one too. And like I said, I love that. I don't know much about it. I just know that it works and I'm saving money. If it interests you, I can send you some information. If not, thank you for listening. See,
Exactly.
that's that, and we're gonna do a super Saturday on the 11th. And another leader and myself, Laura, we're gonna do a kind of a role play with objections. And we're gonna, she's gonna give me an objection and I'm gonna give her what I would say to that. So I think what we have to realize that when someone says no, it just means a maybe. And it means not right now. And it means, like Dale said, check, next, go on. Because there's always people behind them. And I also love that referral. I know that what I do may not interest you, but do you know of anyone else who would like to save money on their fuel prices? Now, sometimes if I start with that, they'll say, well, wait a minute, I do. Why didn't you ask me? So, I kind of get them warmed up a little bit. But, when they say, well, yeah, I do have a sister who drives, carpools, then I would say, okay, well, you know what? I could get that sale, or I could sign you up for a free account. And if she purchases, you'll have a gift certificate for every $25 she spends. So people who say no right now, if they got 3 people, that's $30 that would go towards something they may want to purchase. And you may get a customer out of it. So there's always something to come back. If you get stuck in the no and you just go flatline on it, you're not going to make it, because no means not yet, not now, maybe later. And don't forget, people do want to see what other people are doing with it. So they may be a little skeptical now, and then they all of a sudden start seeing some of these testimonials, and they'll say, well, wait a minute, I know that person. It's working for her. Guess what? I want it to work for me now too. I mean, people are competitive. They really are. They really are. So that's what I mean, you just can't get stuck with the no. And if you do, it's gonna just kind of sour you. Just really, it's funny because I was talking to Casey Ridley at the mastermind, and I was, picking his brain. Okay, you guys did this, 10, 15 years ago. What did you do? He said he would have his team go to gas stations with their little business cards. And I wanted them to get at least 25 no's before they went to the next gas station. So they kept asking people and he kind of made a contest out of it to get 25 no's. Because if he got 25 no's, he probably got about 20 or 30 yeses. So he didn't get upset about it. They didn't get upset. No, okay, thank you. Go on to the next one. So, I mean, you just really can't have your mindset shaken when you hear no or an objection. Just keep calm, cool, and collected and move on to the next person. Or give them some information. Knowledge is power. I don't know, but I'll ask somebody and I'll get right back to you. Or here's a flyer, or here's a PDF that would help explain it better than I possibly could. Okay. Anything else?
You're muted.
Am I muted?
No,
Oh, Warwick,
Warwick's
you're muted.
trying to
Yeah.
speak and he's muted.
All right, I was muted. Sorry. I said, has anybody in the group got any questions that they can either raise their hand or pop
Yep.
the message in?
Any questions about anything? It doesn't have to just be FFX. It could be, any social media questions.
Michelle, I stepped out for a moment for another meeting, but and you may have already answered this, but when people ask you about the price, do you run into that where people say, oh, that's too much? Do you have a way to handle that?
I do, but I'm not a math person, so I have it in my notes, and let me see if I can find it so I can show you, because I always go to Pamela Marquette. She's my math girl, but let me share my screen again for you, because she has this, and I put it in my posts, because she's one that right. right here. And this is her. If I offered you $160 in exchange for 59, would you take that deal? Okay, so what she's done is what she did there is she took the $59, which is what the FFX costs, times how many gallons she's going to get by using that, and how much. And I know, Dale, that they're saying you could save between $10 and $20. So I think she kind of lowballed it, and how many fill-ups she got from it, and she ended up saving $160 for a $59 investment. Pardon?
Well, you know, it's funny. It's funny you said that. I got a, I was talking to a gentleman today from Nigeria, and there's a couple things I wanted to point out. Is he says it's $5 a package, right? I said, well, it all depends on how you buy. He says, well, we can never sell that in Nigeria. And I go, well, let me tell you a story. I said, the products that we're selling right now in 2022 at $5 a pack, a foil pack, or $59 for a bottle, is the exact same price that we sold it for 12 years ago. And
Yeah.
we did over $1 million a month in Nigeria.
Right.
And I said, how many things you know that haven't gone up in price in the last 12 years? Our product is selling for the same price, and fuel prices are higher. Yeah. And I use the analogy there that if you were working an ATM machine, and every time you put $5 in an ATM machine, it gave you $20 back, you'd keep putting $5 in as long as there was money coming out, right? Well, what happened if the next day you went over to it and you had to put $10 in to get $20 back? Would you stop doing it because you're only getting 10 instead of $15? Of course not. No. So I just said, if you have the mentality that that's too expensive, that's going to carry through for you, and you're not going to be able to succeed at this. So you're not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that sees the end point, not the beginning point. Right. And he thought about it for a while, and he started laughing. He says, "You guess you're right. I maybe I should look at this a different way." But you know, so many people do look at the cost rather than the benefits, and we have to carry it through.
It's so true. It really is. And you know, like I said, I have that in my notes, and if I'd known about that question, I would have brought it over. But I'd be glad to share with anybody that wants to know, because she put it all down in black and white, and I like to see numbers. But let me just tell you what I do. I've been with the company since 2018, and our 500 milligram CBD was $69. It's 59 now. I don't know of any company who's making money who decreases the price of their product for the customer. Now, look at anything. Nobody does that. And so when people say, well, gee, well, you know, before $69 or $59 for a bottle, but then so I validate that. I hear what you're saying. $59 is a lot of money. However, one, how much is your health worth? Okay. I also say there's 1,000 drops in every bottle. In every bottle, there's 1,000 drops. If you're taking 5, you know, you're going to build up because you want your endocannabinoid system to get aligned in a slow manner, because it took us a long time to get it malaligned. If you're taking 5 drops in the morning and 5 drops in the afternoon, after you find your sweet spot where it works the best for you, that's $10 a day, or 10 drops a day, which is 300 drops a month. So this one bottle will last you 3 months. So now let's look at the price, $60 for 3 months. And this bottle, to help you realign your system and feel better, is $20 a month. And to me, the price of my health, definitely worth $20 a month, which is less than $1 a day. I mean, that's about as mathematical as I get. But when I tell them that there's 1,000 drops in every bottle, that's huge. It really is. And I just break it down to show them what one bottle is what they're going to get out of one bottle, and the benefits. I don't know if you're where everybody is, if you have CBD there, but the same with the sprays. You look at the nutritional sprays. I'm 66 years old. Swallowing large pills is not part of my happy time anymore. So for me to take a spray and spray 8 of these underneath my tongue, and there's 240 sprays in here for $21.95 for a month's worth of vitamins. You can't find that at a GMC or a CVS or any kind of what's the word I want?
Drugstore type thing.
Drugstore. You can't find that. Plus, it has 98% absorption rate. Okay, now I'm a speech pathologist, so I worked a lot with feeding. This goes right into your system as opposed to swallowing a pill that goes down your esophagus into your digestive juices. Guess what? Majority of it is getting broken down before you get any benefits from that vitamin. So, I just try to make it real for people. I try to have them visualize really what it is that we're selling. We are selling health. And now we're selling health for our vehicles. So
And
I
similar,
love that.
if I may, similar with FFX,
Yeah,
people will fill up their vehicles 3 to 4 times a month. That means a bottle will last you about 4 months.
yeah. For
So
$59.
$15 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can only put in 5 gallons of fuel for $15. Not even less.
Yeah.
And
I
it's getting
think
less every day.
it's true. And I think if people look at what they spend in a day, a week, a month on frivolous stuff, that really does not help you feel better, look better, be better, save money on gas, help the environment. We would be remiss not to share what we have with people. I really firmly believe that. I think it is our calling to tell people what it is we have for them. And I think that mindset, yes, you can make some money with it. Yes, you can build a team with it. But the majority of what to me, the bigger picture is, who can I help in a day? Who can I help? And that's huge. It really is. Who can I educate? As a retired teacher, I still want to educate people. How can I educate them? And I have my own personal story that we used cannabis with my husband. And I'm telling you, his last 8 weeks of his life were priceless. I mean, many people really, really have a very slow passing with terminal cancer, and his was not. And it's because we use cannabis with him. So that alone that's my story. So, any other questions, anybody?
Please don't be shy. None of us bite. We would love to hear from you.
Don't be shy. But if you ever wanted to reach out to me, you can see my name is Michelle Powers. But because on social media, I put my maiden name in there. So I'll put my name in the chat. It's Michelle Saternow Powers, Michele, Saternow Powers. If you have any questions or you need help with anything with social media, I'm also the go-to person for the power pushes that we do 3 times a week. Feel free to reach out, because like I said, I like to educate people on that also. And really, Facebook is probably the most popular platform that's out there.
Michelle's also been on my Mondays with Dale. So if you want to see some more of her, there's a video of her in my dalefranklin.net in the YouTube library.
And that's another thing that I'm going to be doing with the Power Push is teaching you how to tell your story. There's 4 questions that you really need to have in your story to get people to listen to you. So we're going to do, 1 question a week and work on that and kind of get it back down to about a 2 to 3 minute story about what you're passionate about and why you're doing this business or what you can do for people. So that's my goal. I really want everyone to be able to launch their business. And to launch your business, you need to have a little bit of a backstory. People need to know why you're doing what you're doing, how you were before, how it's helping you, and what your future going to look like. So that's just for upcoming power pushes. That's what we're going to be doing.
Just to give people an idea, the power pushes are half an hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Am I correct?
No, just an accent. Sorry, my son was like, "Do you got a different language?" No, it just has an accent. Yeah. I'm
Monday,
sorry. Say it
Wednesday,
again,
and
Warren.
Friday.
Warwick. Say it again.
The power pushes Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
They are, but we've changed the Wednesday to Wednesday night now, which I know that probably doesn't help you guys too much over in Africa. But it's Monday
so it's-
and Wednesday, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time US. And I know we get a lot of people from Africa that can jump on during that time. But there are some people who work during the day. So we decided to do one at nighttime for the people who work during the day.
So for
But-
those on this call who are interested, 11 o'clock your time in the morning, that's Eastern Standard, is that right?
Eastern Standard Time, right, in the US.
Right. In East Africa, that will be 6 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a doable time. Might be dinner time-ish, but yeah, that's all right.
Just for them, they understand. For us in South Africa, it's 5 o'clock. In Nigeria, it will be 4 o'clock. So if you want to work around that, you're welcome. I know Michelle will gladly have you on the call.
And
And,
what I've done
from-
also, if people want to stay on after the 30-minute push, I've been staying on and teaching how to do it, so I don't mind doing that either. Because I just think it's important. If you don't have people get eyes on your social media, then you're posting and no one's watching you, no one's seeing you. So it's important. It's all an algorithm. Again, I'm not a math person, but it's all an algorithm, and it's all the way Facebook does it. So I'd be happy to help you with that. Okay.
I think there's some comments in the group.
Oh, okay, let me look. Yeah,
Rosemary says,
value.
thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
That's a lot
Friend
of
request.
value.
Yep, I certainly will, Rosemary. Thanks, Michelle. We'll
Alright.
get in touch. Perfect, Mary.
Michelle, the time has flown by literally, and a whole
Pardon me?
hour is just about. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for being available and for sharing with us on two fronts, although the two are one when it comes to FFX. Thank you so much. Dale, thank you for your input. Really appreciated having you on the call tonight. And to everyone present, it's been great. Remember, tomorrow, there's a call with the CEO, which shouldn't be missed. And also one with Chris Bailey, bring your prospects, get a ranked affiliate to finish the business for you. And then we will see you again on this call next week, Wednesday.
Right,
Look
and
forward to it.
has everybody joined the Fun International group? The www. What is it, Dale? Let me go back to my thing. FunBiz. Win with. Do you have it right off the top of your?
There's several groups, yes, but.
I know, but I'm okay. Join. It's www. Join the fun. Whoops, all one word. Fun.biz /24 in 24. Join the fun.biz. Okay. So if you have not done this, everyone, the way that we're doing this fun, I put it in there. This takes 30 minutes. You fill it out. There's training in there. There's camaraderie. It's a group that we're doing. I would highly recommend everybody join the Fun International group. Okay, because we've gotten the best of the best together to come up with this group that will only enhance and grow your business. And we're doing it all together. And one goal we have for June is to launch everybody's business. So even if you've been in it for a year or 2 years or 3 years, I'm launching mine. Because guess what? We come out with new products all the time. But I would suggest everybody join that. Okay? All right, thanks so much. I just had to put a little
Thank you.
political PSA in there.
No, all good and well.
Okay.
And I've already put it in the East Africa group,
Good.
and we can forward it to from there.
Good.
So thank you once again.
All
Thank
right.
you, everyone. Have a fantastic evening. And you have a fantastic day over in the States. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.